Elijah Owen Fidder.
And at this time, I would invite Elijah Fidder to the podium to give the second class reflection.
Good evening and welcome to parents, grandparents, siblings, faculty and staff, and of course, the class of 2021. My name is Elijah Fidder, and tonight, I would like to take a few moments and reflect back on our time here at Archbishop Moeller High School. Experiences in the classroom, dances, football games, mentor group. And while all of these things are close to my heart, I kept coming back to the idea of service. Coming to Moeller, I had no idea what I wanted to do outside of school. In junior high, I was on and off with theater programs and engineering clubs, but I knew I wanted to do something different at Moeller. The only problem was, I didn't know what. At first, though, coming to Moeller, I did nothing. I went to classes and left as soon as they were over. There was no meaning yet inside school for me. No real passion. Moeller was just another high school. But as time went on, I kept hearing about various service activities at places like Matthew 25, the Brookdale Retirement Home, the Ronald McDonald House, along with several other organizations. And I eventually made the decision to sign up for Matthew 25 and Brookdale just to check it out. I'd always loved serving others, helping friends, family, and classmates, although I had never gone somewhere yet to just volunteer. But going to Brookdale and Matthew 25, I was able to bond with classmates I never met before. At Brookdale, I was able to talk with all the retired ladies and hear stories from your past. Coming home, I would talk endlessly with my parents about what Norma had said to me, or about how Edna had heard Glenn Miller and decided to grab Mr. Weisenborn to dance with her. Eventually, I realized I found something I love at Moeller. I had found my passion. Service. Ever since then, I've been participating in service activities throughout Moeller and even outside of school with my family. It's because of this place that I was able to find a new interest in my calling to serve. That's what Moeller did for all of us. It provided us the opportunity to seek other ways, new ways of service and expression. From auditioning to be in the fall play of Greater Tuna, to laying down your first loner at Moeller's Euchre Club. For me, it was service. From my experience in the Campus Ministry Executive Board and my work as house chaplain, I've used service in the most direct way possible, helping people by putting others before yourself. But there are other ways of service as well, and we're able to see that all throughout Moeller. Whether it's going to Mr. Ward's classroom an hour before school in order to cram in as much studying as possible before inevitably failing his test. Or Mr. Huff always talking about how great Caroga House is and Trinity House should have the Sharks as their mascot. Or classmates like Jacob Carrington and Connor Burwinkle teaching me how to ride a bike my junior year. True story. Beyond these few examples, Moeller's service to us has also provided the ability to grow in mind, body, and soul. Our minds were able to grow. As freshmen, we barely knew how to solve single variable equations. But thanks to the team of teachers at Moeller, we've been able to grow academically in ways we couldn't think was possible. Thanks to Mr. Crockett throwing markers at us in class. Thanks to Mr. Erdman spraying us with water and yelling for a good 90 minutes about Jaffrey Lake. Thanks to Mr. Minnick's curing of Rep. Indoor's hiccups. Thanks to dancing with the broom, aka La Esposa, in Mr. Benedetti's class. Thanks to Mr. Braun repeating sayings such as milk and cookies from Mary P. and math is a language, do what it says. Thanks to all of the faculty and staff, we now know a vast amount of information that will put us ahead wherever we go. We were able to grow physically by training day in and day out, whether that's with Coach Ross in the weight room, as well as any coach outside of school. Through our growth in body at our time at Moeller, we've been able to achieve a state championship title twice for basketball in 2018 and 2019, and once for volleyball in 2018. With an additional runner-up titles for soccer in 2018 and in 2019 for volleyball. Even beyond the growth in mind and body, the biggest change that's occurred with me personally at Moeller was my growth in soul. Freshman year, I had little to no faith in my life. But as time went on, I found myself going to morning prayer and wanting to participate in Mass. It's from opportunities like these at Moeller that I was able to be confirmed my sophomore year of high school and eventually lead a Kairos retreat on K110. Every year we went on retreats. That's where the true growth in soul occurred. Whether it's playing in the Crusader games with your classmates, writing affirmations to people in your meta group, telling others you got their back, or getting to know God through a small group on Kairos. Even beyond that, every retreat holds its own special memories that allows us to grow in our faith. Even beyond that, all the people around us in our classroom and on our teams have provided us with so many memories that have also contributed to our growth in soul. Whether it's Owen Hoffman passing out in Mr. Rose's English class, Guy Olinger diving on first base in kickball in gym class, Garrett Putker always arguing with literally every teacher that he was correct, Scotty Campman creating a mock political ad against Luke Misla that made me cry with laughter, or calling Mitchell Lightsoul to ask if he had any copies of literally any past test, or if he could just help me out with homework. Or just telling stories with Dominic Kirifilis, Zach George, and Ben Broughton for the good part of an hour during our A4 Excel class. It's because of Moeller that we were able to grow in so many ways during these past 4 years. Of course, Moeller doesn't get all the credit. The greatest example of service to us is our parents. It's because of our parents that we were even able to go here. Our parents have cooked, cleaned, worked, chaperoned, driven thousands of miles, and even dealt blackjack games for us at prom. Thank you, Father. And even beyond that, our parents have done countless of other things that we aren't even aware of. And I would say they very much deserve a round of applause for them. When you leave tonight, be sure to give your parents a hug and a kiss to thank them for their service to you. But service doesn't stop with our parents' example or Moeller's example or tonight. It's because of our parents and Moeller's service to us that we were able to move on ahead of the curve, wherever it is that we are going. Moeller has provided these moments of growth for us. Now it's our turn to pay it forward. To take a quote from the basketball team, drink the water, but remember who dug the well. We've been drinking the water of Moeller's well, but as we go out tonight, we're done drinking their water. It's time for us to build our own well for others to drink out of. The Catholic Church defines vocation as using your skills to best serve those around you. And that's what we're all doing in some capacity. There are several men who are joining the military as well as ROTC programs to serve their country, like TJ Rotello, Aaron Flagg, Alex Reith, and John Strotman. These classmates are clear examples of what it means to be a man of Moeller and what a Crusader does. There are also men like Noah Lorbach and Joshua Radloff, who will be studying in the hope that they might serve the next generation through teaching. In addition to the names I've mentioned, many of you walking out today will be studying business, where you can become leaders in the workplace as well as in the community. Every graduate walking out of here today has the potential to serve others in the best way possible, but it is up to us, the graduates, to decide how we want to accomplish this. This is it, fellas. Walking out these doors tonight, we are done with high school, going to separate colleges across the country, and while we'll keep close to several friends we've met from here, it's highly unlikely that we'll ever be in the same room ever again. Look around you. Look at each person who's been on the same Moeller journey with you. Remember who you've talked to throughout classes at Moeller. Make sure you thank those who've been with you. And to everyone I've been granted the opportunity to get to know, thank you for your presence at Moeller. Our time is coming closer and closer to go out and serve the world. It's important we continue to serve others and not just yourself. And in the art of using cliches, I would like to say, be the change that you want to see in the world. Go out and truly be a man of Moeller. Be a crusader, the good type of crusader. Go out and serve the world in order to make that change happen. And to end this speech, I would like to leave with a few points of advice that I've picked up from these short 18 years. Life is a hard, arduous journey that will include pain and failure. But it's from those pains and failures that we can learn to pick ourselves up and enjoy the high points in life even more. Keep those you love close and make sure you do what you think is right. Never forget the power of service and the power that each of you have. And to the class of 2021, well done, men. We've done it.